Hello, this is Chris, and I am back with a brand new reaction video. Today, I'm going to be giving my reaction to The Mummy official trailer 2. Sadly, this isn't the Brendan Fraser one, guys. This is the new one coming out this year with Tom Cruise. I don't know why I'm saying sadly, because I think I kind of liked the first trailer. And I actually had to remind myself of the first trailer because it seems like it's been ages since I even saw the first one. And you know, although I didn't dislike it, it didn't really leave much of an impact on me, so I felt I had to go back, rewatch it, and it didn't show all that much. It did feel like they'd taken an entire scene and put it into the trailer. We see Tom Cruise is in a plane crash, and then we see a few shots of the mummy at the end. Sofia Boutella is playing the mummy in it. I believe she played the character of Giselle in Kingsman. I thought she was fantastic in that, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings to the mummy. If I'm going to talk about just the mummy in general, like as a brand, I'm a big fan of the Universal Monsters films, which came out, I think they were between the 1930s and the 1950s. I think some of them did carry on there, but I think the main ones came out between those decades. And you know, if you think of horror, if you trace horror back to its roots, really you're going to go with like Nosferatu or something from the 20s, or you're going to go from those classic Universal Monsters movies. It's the castles on a mountain with a thunder crackle behind, it's gigantic creaking doors opening and strange noises in the night and all the nightmarish creatures. They all stem from these movies. Now, not to say that this movie is going to be anything like that. It looks like it's very much more action orientated, and even though the Brendan Fraser Mummy and Mummy Returns film was exactly the same, that felt much more like an adventure film in the same vein as like an Indiana Jones movie or something like that. And I love those two movies. We don't talk about Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. That didn't happen. That was god awful through and through. And this one, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with it, because they do want to create this new cinematic universe, if you will. I mean, it seems like every studio is trying to get that off the ground now, in the similar way that Marvel did with their Avengers franchise, and the same way that Warner Brothers are trying to get their DC one off the ground. Universal want to get on this and reboot their old Universal Monsters franchises with characters that are going to cross over. I think already on top of this, they've got plans. They want to do a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie, Invisible Man, Van Helsing reboot, and a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde movie. And I think that Russell Crowe's playing him, and I think he even featured in the previous trailer. So that's enough of an introduction for me. I'm hoping this one shows a little bit more with what's going on, although we know ultimately it's just going to be a mummy trying to take over the world. But I'm interested to see what they can do with this one, because I really do think if you're going to do a cinematic universe, then the Universal Monsters one is a great one to do, especially if rebooted correctly. So we're going to watch the trailer together now. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards, but I'm interested to see what's new with this trailer. So we're going to click play now. Oh yeah, this is definitely more of an action film. It kind of looks like an Uncharted film now or something. Oh wow. Imagine finding something like that. Paint it black. Nice.
Whatever's in there, it's been safely hidden for 2,000 years.
It's kind of following that trend that trailers seem to do now, of taking a famous song or a contemporary song and editing the trailer to it.
The hieroglyph said she was named Amenet.
See, I would have used Walk Like an Egyptian, or, you know, something cliched like that.
Thirst for power led her down a darker path.
Did she totally just kill Imhotep?
That had to be stopped.
Not cool.
Because of your actions, this ancient power,
I think that's Russell Crowe.
has returned.
Crewbane from Dudland. Oh, this was in the first trailer. There's a great trailer out there on the internet if you can find it, which is the plane crash from that trailer with no audio, just Tom Cruise's scream. It's hilarious.
You are alive because you were chosen.
You were born for something greater, Tom Cruise.
Evil.
Oh, I don't like rats. Oh, God. Oh, God, that's vile. That's like the worst thing. That's like things of my nightmares.
Now she's using you to regain them. Oh my God.
That was cool. She's bringing that acrobatic quality that she had in Kingsman. Oh, looks like London's getting screwed over again.
Just stay with me.
I'm scared.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Don't leave me.
See, that's just reminding me of it now. I've seen the trailer for that with the clown coming out the water.
You can't escape. She's got plans for you.
I'm not quite sure how Paint It Black relates to this trailer or this subject matter, but I just love that song and that opening riff, so I'm cool with it. Okay, so I guess at this point, from the first trailer and this one, it's definitely been marketed as an action movie and it's going to stay that way. I hope it does retain some of the horror qualities from the original, and I know the original is very cheesy now. It came out in, I can't remember if that one came out in the 30s or the 50s or something like that. But I do want this Universal Monster series to be scary and have horror elements, but this definitely looks like it's more of an action movie. Tom Cruise as well. I know a lot of people are really divided on what they think of Tom Cruise. Taking his personal life out of the equation and just critiquing him on his film roles and as a leading man, I think that Tom Cruise is fantastic. He's not the first guy I would have gone for as casting as a lead man in a Mummy movie, and Tom Cruise is one of those actors as well where I never see him playing a character. I always see him as Tom Cruise in all of his movies. But you know, he's good. He's a charismatic leading actor. The guy doesn't age. He's almost like a 1,000-year-old mummy himself. But it looks like he's going to be fine. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything drastically different from any of his other performances. It looks very standard. And I don't really have much of an opinion on anything else in the trailer, really. I don't know what else to talk about. It looks like, from this trailer alone, it's, you know, they find this mummy, they dig it up, shit starts going wrong, starts to tear apart the world, and Tom Cruise will stop her and maybe sort of, it's like she's possessing him along the way. It's very standard, but it will be cool to see how this movie does, and I do want this movie to do well because I do want to see the rest of these Universal Monsters movies. I saw an article today which was talking about the script writer of The Creature from the Black Lagoon, so it looks like they're already in production on most of these things. So I don't think it will be a case of where if this doesn't do well, they'll pull the plug on all the other ones, because I think they've already started production and the ball's already rolling for most of the films coming down the line. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's the trailers haven't done anything for me, really. They haven't got me hyped for it. I'm interested in it. I like this material that they're working with, and I do want to see the potential it has to become this bigger franchise. But it looks like X-Men Apocalypse, you know? Just Egyptian character who's awoken, who wakes up and just immediately wants to take over the world and starts destroying cities. It's so been there, done that at this point, and it doesn't just have to be sort of demigod characters. You know, we see it with Independence Day, where cities are being destroyed, or we see it with the Transformers films, or Man of Steel, or any big blockbuster that comes out. Seeing cities get destroyed now isn't interesting to watch because we've been subjected to it for so long that it's just become part of the norm for films now, and it feels like the easiest way to go about doing a film. And that's why I kind of like The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, because they are very much geared towards an adventure just set in Egypt. And I think there is an action scene in Mummy Returns where, you know, they're in London and I think they're on a bus. It's been a while since I've seen that film, and you've got mummies crawling along the wall chasing after them. I like those films, and it's very difficult for me to compare those because I know that this is a complete new reboot, no relation to those previous ones at all, so we need to review this one purely based on its own merits. But I liked the tongue-in-cheek, fun adventure quality of that one, and I even like Van Helsing as well. I think it was the same director who did The Mummy and The Mummy Returns that did Van Helsing, and that brought in all the Universal Monster characters as well. It's not a great movie. I very much enjoy it. I think it's incredibly entertaining. At the time, I loved the action in there. It's a film I haven't watched in probably 5 or 6 years or so I have no idea how well it holds up now. But maybe something along the tone of that I think I would have liked. Play up the horror a little bit more in it though. But hopefully this is still as entertaining as those movies. I'll wait for another trailer, but I'll still be at this movie regardless. So I don't really know what else to talk about, in all honesty, guys. So I guess that'll do it for my reaction to The Mummy official trailer 2. Be sure to comment, subscribe, and let me know what you thought of this trailer. Are you looking forward to this new reboot? Don't you really care? Which Universal Monster reboots are you looking forward to seeing the most? Anything you like, please do drop me a comment. In terms of what's coming up on the channel, we'll be going live tomorrow, hopefully, for our review on Ghost in the Shell. We were meant to go live at the weekend, but we couldn't get our schedules lined up, so I'm very much looking forward to talking about that one. So look out for times that we'll be going live for that one on our Facebook and Twitter pages. You can find links to those in the description below. I'll also put a link in there for the reaction I did to the first trailer of The Mummy, so you guys can check that out if you'd like to. There'll be more movie reviews coming out each and every week. There'll be another episode of Battle of the Brackets in a few weeks' time. Lots more stuff going on, and also look out this Thursday for a new show we'll be bringing to the channel. Looking forward to starting that one up. So please hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to keep updated with all of our content. And until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.